ground forms up under his feet as if pointing away.
Bastion. Bastion is about the kid whose life got turned upside down. Can't really tell much about it without spoiling it. So let's just say some shit happened. But anyway, let's start with the gameplay. The gameplay is alright. You have a big variety of weapons, even though you're limited to only holding 2 of them. Also, you can upgrade them. You also have like one special ability you can hold. Some abilities are either limited to different weaponry or just you can just use them whenever you like. You're not limited to anything, but you can only hold one. You also have the ability to choose different potions to increase some shit you have. Even though there's a big variety of different potions, there are only some potions that really matter. You're able to complete challenging to get cash. I mean, like kill a couple of dudes or something. You're able to choose a couple of abilities to different enemies to get more cash and XP from killing them, or if you just want more for challenge. You can also play a new game plus mode, which gives a lot of replayability and shit. It's always a plus if the game has a new game plus mode. Like I said, the gameplay is alright good, but when you start to push up the difficulty or something, I mean like invoke some more gods in the shrine to make the game harder, you start to see all the flaws in the gameplay. First off, the design or camera. The design doesn't really work with this game, and with the camera it's almost unbearable when you're playing on a harder difficulty. I mean, it's not hard or anything, it's frustrating because it's not good. I mean, you're not able to see when a structure ends and you fall down or where it begins. I mean, where it ends, it's hard to see actually. And when you play on a harder difficulty, it's a life and death scenario there. Of course, you can take a potion that, takes away everything almost, but it still makes, it's still frustrating because all the enemies will just gang up there, and then when you fall back again, you will get fucking raped. In some instances, let's say a hole, which looks like it's like a bush there, but no, it's a fucking hole, and then you just fall right through it. It's very frustrating, it doesn't work, and it's even more frustrating on the hardest difficulty. I mean, the design doesn't work in this kind of game. I mean, I'm not saying the design is bad, it just doesn't work with this kind of gameplay, because when you're playing a harder difficulty, it's all about speed, really. And when you have this bullshit going on, it doesn't work. I mean, it's not good. The second thing is the auto-targeting system. The thing that's so frustrating with that is it never really targets the enemy you want to target. And to make it even more frustrating, your defense relies on that shit. I mean, the only way to take up your shield is to auto-target some enemy, but you never auto-target the enemy you want to target. And to make it even more frustrating, if you're able to time your shield right, I mean taking out your shield right in the right moment, you can like reflex that shit back to the fucking enemy. But you never fucking take the shield up to the enemy you want to, so you will just get fucking raped. So your only measure to defense relies on auto-targeting, an auto-targeting system that doesn't fucking work most of the time. That's fucking bad, if not fucking horrible. In combined effort of the fucking design and camera, it's almost fucking I mean, it's like a frustrating. It's not the whole frustrating thing ever, but it's not good. You also start to think what the fuck they were thinking with some of the enemies. I mean, if they really thought that shit out. And the same with the challenge or the guards or shit that activate to keep it hard. I mean, was it really? It doesn't seem that well thought out, to be honest. I mean, you activate it to make the game become harder, but you don't get that much more XP or money. But then again, you don't need that much money or XP to level up or buy shit. So what's the fucking point with the new game plus mode? I mean, if you use your tokens or shit, I mean, to make the game harder and get more money, you already have everything you need. So it almost takes away the whole thing with the new game plus mode. It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter because you already have everything. I mean, combined with you're only limited to 2 weapons, which takes the whole money on upgrading weapons. It just takes away that shit because then you're only use 2 weapons, and then it gets a lot fucking cheaper, and there aren't really that many important potions you need. So it takes away the whole fucking point with New Game Plus. And I would say that it feels like the game would have been better if it had 4-player co-op. It felt like it missed that shit. I mean, it maybe would have been better I mean, in combined with this, I mean, it might take away this whole frustrating bullshit on those fucking shrines and shit. So what I'm trying to say is that what the fuck were they thinking? I mean, the shrines didn't work. The only thing it did was it showed the flaws in the gameplay, that the game really wasn't all that great. It made the game a hell of a lot easier, I mean, with the money and shit. Because it didn't really give that much, but they don't really need that much either. So you can just grind that shit on. Another thing that's fucking horrible, I say, I mean, just bad that you couldn't do it. You can't replay missions. That's just fucking gay. I mean, fuck you, really. I mean, I can't replay mission. If you're able to have a mission selection map or anything, then you should be fucking able to replay fucking missions. God. But no, you can't like replay some who knows where maps or anything. But then it's just grinding shit. So yeah, that's everything about the gameplay. It might be more, but I just took this, as the most important shit. The gameplay is still good though. I mean, it's good when you take away the shrines and shit. Maybe it becomes a lot easier. I mean, maybe even too easy to be honest. I mean, they could just giving you more difficulty sources than just no sweat and normal. No, so no, it really didn't think they thought of the gameplay that much. They just throw shit at it. I mean, like more weapons, more enemies, challenging things, shrines to keep the difficulty up, and we can also tell the story while he's playing the game because then he won't bitch about the story. Which brings me to another thing, the story. The game starts very fast. I mean, like, holy shit, what is this? What's going on? Okay, running. What the fuck is this? Why is it floating? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is it? Oh my god, what the fuck? I mean, like that fast. And instead of explaining to you what's going on from where you started, they just start giving you backstory and, throw some interesting thing out there, like what's really going on. Well, I was, here and there. I really liked this guy, but then the calamity happened. But anyway, the sea is very amazing. I mean, they never really get to the point. You never get your bearing in it, and it's very bad. I mean, they never really get off to the start. I mean, you start to understand some shit, but they explain that shit. I mean, let's just say that. I mean, they're giving you the story while they're trying to explain what's going on. Exactly the same time as they're giving you the story and the gameplay, to be honest. It doesn't work. It's kind of too much because they don't really get to the point with the story. You can also say that the story never really nests into you or never really hooks you in. I mean, if you say when you start to understand what's going on, it takes pretty fast when a twist comes, and that's bad because it takes so long to actually understand really understand. They never really confirm it until the last end, and then like, oh well, I get like, wait, what was that? What did that happen? And that was supposed to be the big fucking twist, but it didn't really have any effect on you, or it shouldn't have any effect on you because they really didn't do a good job at making you understand the story and taking in the story and understand everything that's going on. Like I said, they try to give you the story while you play the game instead of shopping that shit out to gameplay story. And of course it might work, but it didn't work in this game. They didn't do it well at all because, like I said, they didn't really give you the basics to begin with. I mean, when you don't know the basics, you're really open and interesting to information of what's going on. So you stand up and really listening to everything that's going on around you. But they are explaining shit while you're playing the game. And you really want to focus on that shit, but you really want to focus on the other shit also. So they didn't do a good job at it. The characters are pretty alright. But to what end, I don't fucking know, because they never really used them at all. I mean, it feels like one character, for example, they start building him up when he's gone. And I also think that the ending is so very melodramatic, to be honest. Almost a bit... It's so goddamn melodramatic. It's so depressing that it felt like I drank some depressing soda and I just want to, no, I don't want to exist. I mean, it's so melodramatic. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just like, please God. So, I mean, the story is, good, but because it didn't really give you any information and anything, nothing shouldn't really have any kind of effect on you, because they didn't do a good job at explaining it. They didn't really explain the shit. I mean, they rely on the player 100 fucking %, and that's really not good. So, in the end, I mean, in conclusion, I just want to say, I mean, the people who did the game, they didn't do a bad job. I mean, they did a great job, but it didn't really work so well. I mean, they did a great job, but it didn't work so well. But I still gotta say, I mean, the gameplay, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. It's not mediocre either. It's a good game. This is exactly a good game. It got a lot of flaws, but it's some shit that actually makes the game enjoyable. It still gives entertainment, if I say so. It still gives entertainment, but besides that, no, nothing. Bastion, it's a good game.